Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for attending. I'm so glad to be here. I am bringing something to you coming from the heart, but I want to say I appreciate you all for tuning in. I've been getting some of the feedback, and I sincerely appreciate it. Well, I appreciate you one more time for being here for just one question. Let's go ahead and introduce that. Me, I'm your host. You know who I am. Fludd. I'm looking to find out who you are. That's right. If you have any comments during this session here, just drop them in the comments things right there in the section. I'll try to see if I can answer some. This one will be fairly quick. I was watching a video earlier today and it got me to thinking, and it really hit me in the feelers. You know, everybody's feelers are different places, but it hit me in my feelers, right? And I said, you know what? I want to talk about this. My heart said I want to speak about this and talk about this. So I decided to jump on an unscheduled video and just kind of talk about it. So I was watching recently. Well, for those who do know, I speak a lot about a lot of the podcasts. I watch tons of podcasts and listen to podcasts and vlogs of positive things. I've got a lot of people I follow that have helped me in my journey to become more successful. And today I was listening to one called The Pivot. It had a few different people on it: Ryan Clark, Kevin Hart, Channing Crowder, and Fred Taylor. Okay, so I had a few people different on it, and I loved listening to it. And one of the comments that was said on it really hit me hard. I'm trying to look for it, make sure I can find it. There it is. So Kevin Hart said this, or actually it was just kind of what they spoke about, but he did say it. And I'm going to show it to you. Then I'm just going to jump in a video, and I'm going to let the video do the talking. I'm not going to, kind of talk on that any longer. So I want you guys just to see that. Let me see if I can pull this up a little bit. There we go. All right. So here it is. Here's what was said when he said it. He said this: our culture F's it up more than anybody else. Kevin Hart on people allowing ego to ruin relationships and financial opportunities. That's one of the biggest things, right? That we have ego. Ego gets involved in a lot of aspects of business, love, relationships, all types of things. But without any further ado, let Kevin go ahead and talk to you a little bit about what he wants to say about it. And I'll jump in occasionally, but I want you guys to listen to that. And then after the video, I'll give my final thoughts. Thank you, guys. Let's see where we at. There.
Our culture f***s it up more than anybody else. We're very self-destructive when we get to the places where that financial revenue changes. What you get? Oh, I should be getting how much it's very,
right.
And that's a problem. So if you don't personally try to break that chain from the top by leading with the position of we are all going to be good because we're going to make sure that we hold each other accountable, we take care of our own, but more importantly, we grow. The day that we get into the space of competitiveness, the day that our egos overpower and overshadow the opportunity ahead of us, we lose. Right now, if I ask you guys to tell me 5 bands, 5 music groups that are still together from back in the day, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
Nobody asks themselves why. Why do they all break up?
Money.
Why do they all fucking break up?
Ain't the money?
I'm just saying, that's not nobody sees this. We ignore it. Why are we the culture that's always behind the nah, this shit ain't work? It ain't working out. We ain't that. It ain't. I just heard Desus and Mero broke up, and I'm a fucking fan of these guys. By the way, the future is so bright for that thing, that IP, that opportunity, that whatever. Then I see him going back and forth on social media with what's happening? Why can't we ever surpass or overcome the financial hurdles that present themselves and stay connected? Why can't we do that?
It's called ego.
That's why you remove it.
Easier said than done in some circumstances.
It's actually not.
In some instances.
But when people say that, right? When they say it's easier said than done, and the ego is very present and dominant, right? You gotta ask yourself why. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Me and Dwayne Johnson are good friends. You know why our shit works? DJ, I don't give a fuck about titles. I don't give a fuck about number one or number two. DJ, I don't care what that thing is. Like what, dude, I love working with you.
Right.
You're my guy. I love you, champ. Love you too, Kev. You want to do this thing? Let's make it work. Kev, my company's producing it. You want dope? I hope you guys knock it out the park. Let me see the materials. If I can help, I can. DJ, I got something that's coming from my company. Hey, do you want me to include you? Do you guys want to co-produce? How do you want to do it? Kev, we'll work it out. We'll figure it out. Hov, can you sit down with me, man? I got a show. I want to fucking talk to you. Yeah. Hey, man, I got this thing, guys, I'm doing. Chris, me and you should go. What do you think about doing New York together? Fuck it, we can co-headline it. Let's split this shit down the middle. I don't care. Fuck it, Kev, yeah, let's do it. You think Dave will come to one of the shows? Let's ask him. Dave, what you want to do? Oh my God, guys, it's great. There's no egos. With real success and real fucking moves, the real ones.
Right.
The real ones, there's no egos. Because collabs are collabs that don't question where I stand and what I am.
Right.
There's nothing about the next person that's going to affect or rock my world. I know I'm Kevin Hart. I don't need you to fucking validate it.
Right.
I don't need that. I have no ego.
Yeah.
None. I got a fucking tequila. I'm not competing with Dwayne.
Yeah.
It's not me versus him. You bring his bottle out here, I'll be the first to hold it up. I'll be the first to support my guy while I have mine. Because there is no ego. People don't understand that there's so much room for us all. But there's this warped view that there isn't. There's this warped view that it can only be one.
So there were some very great and interesting points made on that. I would love to hear some of your comments. I was reading some of the comments as that was playing, and I think some people saw it earlier, so they already knew kind of what was going to be said. Whether you're watching this live right now or on a repeat, put your comments in there. On the next one, I'll kind of talk about a few of those. But ego, he said it, like we think there can only be one. I was a part of a very special group here in Vegas. We used to have a think tank, and eventually it kind of drifted off. But while it was going, it was so good. It was just a bunch of successful entrepreneurs who got together and we talked. Hey, how can I help you? What can my business do for you? Of course, we want to still make money. Of course, we still want business, but that wasn't the only thought. Hey, I'm only worried about you coming to my store, to my venue, right? We also wanted, I am a firm believer that networking is one of the biggest things that can help you grow, that can help you succeed. If you do not network, if you do not talk, people, I've heard this a long time ago and it stuck with me and I truly believe it. I think it was Maya Angelou who said it. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. If you could be the best or whatever. If they don't think that you care about them, they don't want your business. They don't want to patronize your shop. They don't want to patronize your product, right? So drop your ego. Stop worrying about who has what, has the biggest, the best car, the vehicle, the jewelry, whatever. We are helping. I just was researching and saw where Jay-Z and a few other entrepreneurs are putting in to help grow the community for housing, so people can get their first homes and help develop classes in that. We weren't taught finances, we weren't taught percentages and APRs and everything like that. So it's very interesting for me to see that that people are wanting to get together. We need to get a motto that says Lego my, how they say Lego my ego, is Lego my ego, right? Lego my ego. I'm gonna get a t-shirt that says that. Lego my ego. Let it go. Watch yourself grow, right? So I want to thank you all for tuning in again to another episode of Just One Question. You know who I am. I want to know who you are. Make sure you put your name inside the chat. Make sure you let everyone know. And we are going to raise the roof and bring this here together. What's that? What do I hear? What's that I hear? Yeah, some applause. Thank you. Thank you, especially you, right? So until next time, guys, take it easy. And remember this, just because you're being hustled does not mean that it's a bad thing.